مريم محمد. شكرا لكم بزاف. Thank you very much for taking the burden of this journey to come.
No, we're very thankful for the opportunity to serve the students.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome aboard our flight. I'm Ilyas Tehsas, your pilot, and today I'm gonna take you on a journey to
I'm your
discover.
flight attendant, Hiba. Fasten your seatbelts, keep your passports ready, and make sure your sense of humor and carry on. Our cultural guides will accompany us on this enriching journey, highlighting the beauty and diversity.
Our first stop is the land of mixing spot, Morocco. Welcome our presenter.
Assalamu alaikum, I am Khalid.
And I am Melek. Today we are here to introduce to you the Moroccan culture.
To begin, why didn't we start about to talk?
Yes, I'm Mirani Iris, and I'm here today to represent to you the Greek culture. I'll be representing this culture in two aspects, beginning with architecture. When you think of Greek architecture, what comes to mind? Well, most people might think of the majestic Parthenon in Athens, or the Greek, or this iconic columns. What's fascinating is that Greek architecture isn't just beautiful, but it's also symbolic and functional. The Greeks developed three architectural styles that are still used to today. These styles are Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. These styles didn't just stay in Greece, they influenced buildings all around the world, starting from the US capital to the European cathedrals. Greek architecture was all about symmetry, balance, and harmony, reflecting their values of logic and order. The next aspect is celebrations. Greece is a country that knows how to celebrate. Celebrations and festivals are an essential part of their culture, blending ancient traditions with modern joy. The most famous celebration in Greece is, of course, the Olympic Games. It started in 776 before Christian era in Olympia as a religious festival. Today, the Olympics continue to unite people from all around the world, keeping this tradition alive. Modern Greek festivals are equally vibrant. Music and dances are central in every celebration. For example, they have the Septaki dance, where people link arms and move in a circle or a line while dancing. Many festivals are tied to religious holidays, such as name days, where people that name after saints celebrate this day with their family and friends. And what's special is that this day is more important than birthdays in their culture. So celebrations, they consider it also as a time of festing, where they bring food, wine, and music to create such unforgettable memories. Emphasizes the Greek values of togetherness and gratitude. Thank you very much.
The sophisticated culture has been formed by its nation's history, its geographical location, and its vast extent, religion and tradition, and both Eastern and Western influence. The Russians have also greatly influenced classical music, painting, ballet, sports, and cinema. The nation has also made pioneering contributions to science, technology, and space exploration. If I were to talk about Russian cuisine, I would say it's unique like any other one. It was formed under the influence of different environmental, social, geographical, economic, and historical factors. The main feature of Russian cuisine is an abundance of variety of products used for cooking. Being a country of Orthodox Christian religion, which implies numerous fasts, Russian cuisine offers a great number of vegetarian dishes, including mushrooms, pickles, etc. And among the characteristics of its remarkable architecture, we capture light on the Byzantine imprint and the signature of the Soviet period.
Our culture adventure, remember that every culture is a unique story worth sharing.
Culture Airways.
Thank you very much, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed the activities.
Wait, we have a surprise. May everyone do their pizza back again?
English teachers and particularly Mr. Ford. Okay, thanks too much. And now we leave the room for presentation of US. Going to be presented by Aisha, cultural exchange attaché, American. Noah, okay. Noah, she's the Education and English Program Coordinator in the USPPC. Miriam, she is a cultural chief staff. And we are glad that here today we have two personalities who belong to the delegation, Mr. Mukhtari, the head of the Department of Legal Affairs and Communication, and Mr. Udman, the concerned with the trades, teachers, and schools. Okay, you're welcome. You're going to present?
As you can see previously, we left out.
Get started with our presentation. Before we start, I just want to thank everyone who was up here doing such an amazing job. Thank you for taking us on that cultural journey. And frankly, where is Cultural Airlines? Because I want to get on that airplane. I want to meet all of you. And I don't want to have to worry about the jet lag or worrying about the security. So thank you for that wonderful trip that we got to make around the world. I actually learned a lot. I learned a lot about Moroccan culture in your presentation, especially the Amazigh culture. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was excellent. My name is Aisha. I am with the U.S. Embassy in Rabat. And as you know, today we are joined by myself and a few of my colleagues who would love to talk to you about a couple of opportunities that the U.S. mission in Morocco offers to Moroccans here. But also we just want to, yes, we'll talk about exchange programs, which is very much on theme for what it is that you presented to us today. Culture, and one of the questions was U.S. culture. So let me just tell you about U.S. culture through exchange programs. Exchange is probably one of the most important things that you can do in life. And that means sharing your culture, being a cultural ambassador, and meeting other individuals, being curious, making friends, having mutual understanding, and helping to be a peace builder. So if that's what you are passionate about, then you're already on the right track. So let us get into some of our exchange programs. We offer a number of programs. We have high school opportunities, or opportunities for high school individuals from 15 to 18 years old. We also have opportunities for individuals who are older. So we're going to share a little bit about all of them with you, because we think that even if you currently are not eligible for these other programs, you will be in the future, hopefully, or you know someone else who could really benefit from these opportunities. So we're going to run through them, and hopefully they'll speak to you. And I'll hand it over to Nuha for now. Thank you.
to your director and to all of the teachers and educators who welcomed us today. A special thank you to everyone who is present here today, and also to all the students that participated in the beautiful piece that you enacted for us. It was very entertaining. I wanted more. So next time, I'm coming back for more countries. So I'm very happy to be here for many reasons, mainly because I was a high school teacher, so I feel like I'm home. And also, I'm happy to share with you so much that you could benefit from. When we talk about exchange, it's both educational and cultural exchange, and it's both in-person exchange, where you get to go to the States, where you get to discover the culture in the country, meet the people, but it's also exchange of ideas and exchange of experience. So you'll be able to also have opportunities for that I will talk to you about. As Aisha said, so there are some exchange programs targeted to high school students like yourselves that you can benefit from, and other ones that you can benefit from in the future as you move on in your journey that I will also talk to you about briefly, but I'll share with you all the resources so you can find them, learn more about them, know how to apply for them, and what the requirements are. Cool? All right, so let's go through the first ones very quickly. So we have, first of all, Tech Girls, which is a program for girls that are between the ages of 15 and 17 in high school. This program is a short summer program, 4 weeks long, that takes place, between in June, July, and it is focused on improving your technology and computer science skills. When you go, you're going to go to the US, to the Technology and Computer Camp at Virginia Tech. All right. For this program, you're going to have to wait until the next cycle because it is closed for now, unfortunately. So if all the ladies, if you're interested, you'll have to wait, inshallah, to fall 2025. When we say fall, it's between September and October. All right? Okay. Next, we have the Youth Exchange Study Program, which is a long-term exchange program. It's a program for you to go study a whole year at a high school in the States. For this program, you have to be either grade 10 or 11. So, première année bac, deuxième année bac, unfortunately. Because you have to go study 1 year and come back to take your baccalaureate here. And it's considered année blanche. So, take that into consideration. It's not part of your educational cycle, but it's a very rich program that you're going to benefit a lot from. And I'm going to hand it over to Miriam to talk more about it because she was one of the alumni who participated in it.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Again, thank you for the warm welcome, but also thank you for the great show, great outfits, great English. You're already good to go for these programs. So I'm going to talk to you about my experience with this program. I did it in 2014 and 2015 when I was in high school, and I went to Belmont, New Hampshire. I was in Belmont, New Hampshire. It's a very small town in a very small state in the north of the U.S. It was a little in the middle of nowhere. It's not your usual New York or LA, but it was part of the experience. So I got to spend a year in the U.S. and I lived with an American host family. I had host parents and then a little host sister. I went to a U.S. high school for a year and I studied with American students. So as Nuha said, they counted as a gap year in Morocco, so une année blanche. But it's not a wasted year when you really think about it. It was a great opportunity for me. It opened a lot of doors for me when I came back to Morocco. The job that I have today is probably most likely thanks to the experience that I had in the US. So the application is very easy. I think it opens around September, I believe, and I think closes around the end of November, if not a little later. You just need to submit your transcripts for the previous 3 years. So if you're applying on your first year of high school, you need to submit your bulletin كولج كامل تبعتها الناس. You submit them in French or Arabic, however you get them in school, you don't translate anything. And then you write, I think you write an essay, and you fill out a form that you download online. It's a very easy process. You submit your documents first at Ahmadist. When I did it, we had to actually take the papers to the office. But I think now you can do it online, right? And then once you get through the first selection, you're going to go and take a written test. It's basically a very easy English test. I'm not worried about you guys. You have great English, so it's going to be very easy. And then once you go through the English test, you're going to have interviews. Interviews also very easy. Just make sure you prepare so you don't get stressed out at the interview. They're going to ask you questions like, why would you want to go to the US? And you talk about how you want to discover American culture. If there's anything specific you want to discover about the US. If you want to know the authentic US besides what you see on TV and on social media. It's those types of questions. And then once you are accepted, you go to the US around July or August because the year starts earlier in the US than it does here. And then you're in the US for the whole year, you're studying. The Moroccan system is a lot harder than the American system, so you don't need to worry about school. It was very easy, honestly. We had 5 classes. The great students who are brilliant take 6 classes. In Morocco, it's like 7 or 10 classes. So it's going to be very easy. You will get a lot of clubs, which I think they have clubs here, right? I read on the piece of paper that you have, which is great. They also have clubs in the US. What's great about this is that in the US, in American high schools, you get to pick what you want to study. So you have to study math and English, but the rest of the classes, you get to pick whatever you want. Whether that's chemistry, economics, anything that you can study in Morocco, this is your chance to study that when you're in the US. And obviously you play sports, go on school trips, all kinds of things that you see on American shows and all the things that you want to discover, you get to do all of that. And it's fully funded, so you don't have to pay anything. They pay for your flights, your school. If I went to a private school in the US, they paid for all of my stuff. You get health insurance, and they also give you a monthly stipend. So l'argent de poche, they give you about $125 a month, and everything else is taken care of. Your host family is going to provide food, obviously a room for you. I know parents sometimes are worried about sending their kids to the US, but it's a very rigid system. You can't just take kids from all over the world and just throw them in random places. They send people to all the host families' houses, and they will verify, they will do a background check on the family, they will make sure that you have your own space, your own room to stay in, they will make sure that they have everything set up to welcome students in the US. So it is a very safe and rigid system, and I went there, so I'm not just telling you random things. I went through the experience and it was amazing. So make sure you take advantage of this opportunity because there's not a lot of programs like this. And yeah, you go to the US. If you have specific questions, I can always tell you more at the end. But it's a very easy process and it's an amazing experience. So take advantage of it.